ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି? ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଜୟ
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଗାଆନ୍ତୁ।
ହଁ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଓକେ ଓକେ। মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন তুম লাগে দিন রাতে চুরি মারি মারা তুম পানে দিন রাতে চুরি মারি মারা মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন ভব সংসারে মতে জনম দিলা মায়া জঞ্জলারে মানা বন্ধি রাখিলা ভব সংসারে মতে জনম দিলা মায়া জঞ্জলারে মানা বন্ধি রাখিলা রুদরে আঁখিলা মোরা বিরহ বেদনা কর রুদরে আঁখিলা মোরা বিরহ বেদনা কর কন্দাইতে লোহরে ভিজাই নয়না কন্দাইতে লোহরে ভিজাই নয়না মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন অভিমানী জীবে কেবে এনবি মুখ তথাপি পড়াই মানি তুমসি মুখ অভিমানী জীবে কেবে এনবি মুখ তথাপি পড়াই মানি তুমসি মুখ পরখি থর কোথর করিল কেতে নিজর পরখি থর কোথর করিল কেতে নিজর লুচি লুচি দিল ভাঙ্গি মায়া ঘেরা সপন লুচি লুচি দিল ভাঙ্গি মায়া ঘেরা সপন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন মিটি বন্ধন गीत जन्म खेला रे আজি দিলি এই জনমে তোমাকো পাইলি মুহি গীত জন্ম খেলা রে আজি দিলি এই জনমে তোমাকো পাইলি মুহি তব সেবা ধিকারি করতে কৃপা বরে তব সেবা ধিকারি করতে কৃপা বরে আশিষ বর প্রভু ধন্য কর জীবন আশিষ বর প্রভু ধন্য কর জীবন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন তুম পানি দিনারতি জীবন তুম পানি দিনারতি জীবন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন পৃথিবী বন্ধন জয় গুরু লুহা ঝরি গলা আখিরে আখিরে চরণ ধৌত পাই মন জଳି গলা বিদান নিয়ারে তুম গমন চাহি লুহা ঝরি গলা আখিরে আখিরে চরণ ধৌত পাই লুহা ঝরি গলা আখিরে আখিরে চরণ ধৌত পাই মন জଳି গলা বিদান নিয়ারে তুম গমন চাহি তুম গমন চাহি মন খুলি কিছু কহিত পারে না বলি মন খুলি কিছু কহিত পারে না বলি মনে পাঞ্চিল কি তুমকু যাইছি ভুলি মনে পাঞ্চিল কি তুমকু যাইছি ভুলি দেখি ভুলিবার ছবি রূপর তারা মো জীবন পাই দেখি ভুলিবার ছবি রূপর তারা মো জীবন পাই মন কুণিমিতি নিরেখুথিবি মুদাক্ষি তଳେ চাহি মন কুণিমিতি নিরেখুথিবি মুদাক্ষি তଳେ চাহি उदाखी तले चाही लुहा झरी गला आखिरे आखिरे चरण धौ तपाई चरण धौ तपाई सारा दुनिया रे केते दिसे सुंदर सारा दुनिया रे केते दिसे सुंदर तुम्हें मधुर सुंदर आखिरी मोर तुम्हें मधुर सुंदर आखिरी मोर तुम्हें जीवे प्रिय हसी दिखा दिया गोपाल मोर मेरा ही तुम्हें जीवे प्रिय हसी दिखा दिया गोपाल मोर मेरा ही सिरी मधुरा झुरी अनिबार तनु मन सिहराई सिरी मधुरा झुरी अनिबार तनु मन सिहराई तनु मन सिहराई लुहा झरी गला आखिरे आखिरे चरण धौ तपाई चरण धौ तपाई मन जली गला वेदना नियारी तुम आगमन चाही तुम आगमन चाहिए शुभ शंख बाजी मंदिरे तब आजी शुभ शंख बाजी मंदिरे तब आजी हे नाम वंदना नगर चनराजी हे नाम वंदन नगर चनराजी अलकर प्रीति फूल कर ताती खिली जाऊ तनु छुई अलकर प्रीति फूल कर ताती खिली जाऊ तनु छुई जीवन फूल मो फुटी लोटी पड़ू चारु चरण चाही जीवन फूल मो फुटी लोटी पड़ू चारु चरण चाही लुहा झरी गला आखिरे आखिरे चरण धौ तपाई चरण धौ तपाई मन जली गला वेदना नियारी तुम आगमन चाही तुम आगमन चाही दिनों को आशा करी
भवबन्धन मोचन पूज्यवरम् गुणहे नाम से सगुणाधिपतिं भवभीरुजने सततं वरदं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरुं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरुम्। रत्नसिंहासने उभा लावण्य ठाणी रे कोटि सूर्यजिनी प्रभा दिव्य मूरति रे रत्नसिंहासने उभा लावण्य ठाणी रे कोटि सूर्यजिनी प्रभा दिव्य मूरति रे वाञ्छा कल्प तरु साजी बसी ठाकुरे वाञ्छा कल्प तरु साजी बसी ठाकुरे भक्तांका दुख हरि नेबहे भक्तांका दुख हरि नेबहे रत्नसिंहासने उभा लावण्य ठाणी रे कोटि सूर्यजिनी प्रभा दिव्य मूरति रे मोदीन भक्त जानी तुम्हारी दुआरे हाथ पाती अच्छी मोरा डाक सोना थारे मोदीना भक्त जानी तुम्हारी दुआरे हाथ पाती अच्छी मोरा डाक सोना थारे करुणा कणाई देव बरसी मोसिरे करुणा कणाई देव बरसी मोसिरे रत्नसिंहासने उभा लावण्य ठाणी रे कोटि सूर्यजिनी प्रभा दिव्य मूरति रे कोटि सूर्यजिनी प्रभा दिव्य मूरति रे केते केते भक्तांका डाक शुणियाछ अभय आशीष दानी ପରାଣ ମୋହିଛ କେତେ କେତେ ଭକ୍ତଙ୍କ ଡାକ ଶୁଣିଆଛ ଅଭୟ ଆଶିଷ ଦାନି ପରାଣ ମୋହିଛ ଅପାର ତୁମର ଲୀଳା କି କଳି ପାରି ଅପାର ତୁମର ଲୀଳା କି କଳି ପାରି ରତ୍ନ ସିଂହାସନେ ଉଭା ଲାବଣ୍ୟ ଢାଣିରେ କୋଟି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଜିଣି ପ୍ରଭା ଦିବ୍ୟ ମୂରତିରେ କୋଟି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଜିଣି ପ୍ରଭା ଦିବ୍ୟ ମୂରତିରେ ତୁମ ପରି ସଂସାରେ କେହି ନାହିଁ ମୋର କେବା ସ୍ୱାମୀ ମୋର ବେଦନାର ଭାର ତୁମ ପରି ସଂସାରେ କେହି ନାହିଁ ମୋର କେବା ସ୍ୱାମୀ ମୋର ବେଦନାର ଭାର ହି ଜୀବନ ସମ୍ପିଦେଲି ତୁମ ଶ୍ରୀପୟରେ ଇ ଜୀବନ ସମ୍ପିଦେଲି ତୁମ ଶ୍ରୀପୟରେ ରତ୍ନ ସିଂହାସନେ ଉଭା ଲାବଣ୍ୟ ଢାଣିରେ କୋଟି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଜିଣି ପ୍ରଭା ଦିବ୍ୟ ମୂରତିରେ ରତ୍ନ ସିଂହାସନେ ଉଭା ଲାବଣ୍ୟ ଢାଣିରେ କୋଟି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଜିଣି ପ୍ରଭା ଦିବ୍ୟ ମୂରତିରେ ବାଞ୍ଛା କଳ୍ପ ତରୁଷରେ ବସିଛ ଠାକୁରେ ବାଞ୍ଛା କଳ୍ପ ତରୁଷରେ ବସିଛ ଠାକୁରେ ভকতাঙ্ক দুঃখ হরি নেব বহেলে ভকতাঙ্ক দুঃখ হরি নেব বহেলে ভকতাঙ্ক দুঃখ হরি নেব বহেলে।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ସେବିକାଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱୀକୃତି। ମୁଁ ଠାକୁର ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ନିଗମାନନ୍ଦ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଦେବଙ୍କୁ
ମୁଁ ଠାକୁର ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ନିଗମାନନ୍ଦ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଦେବଙ୍କୁ
ଏକମାତ୍ର ଗୁରୁ ଏବଂ ଇଷ୍ଟ ରୂପେ ବରଣ କରିଅଛି।
ଏକମାତ୍ର ଗୁରୁ ଏବଂ ଇଷ୍ଟ ରୂପେ ବରଣ କରିଅଛି।
ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଦତ୍ତ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ସିଦ୍ଧମନ୍ତ୍ର ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି
ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଦତ୍ତ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ସିଦ୍ଧମନ୍ତ୍ର ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି
ନୀଳାଚଳ ସାରସ୍ୱତ ସଂଘ ପୁରୀଙ୍କ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶରେ
ନୀଳାଚଳ ସାରସ୍ୱତ ସଂଘ ପୁରୀଙ୍କ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶରେ
ପରିଚାଳିତ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ସ୍ୱୀକୃତି ପ୍ରଦାନ କରୁଅଛି।
ପରିଚାଳିତ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ସ୍ୱୀକୃତି ପ୍ରଦାନ କରୁଅଛି।
ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ବତ୍ସ, ମୁଁ ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁ, ମୋ ଭିତରେ ଜଗଦ୍ଗୁରୁଙ୍କ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହିଁ ଲୀଳାୟିତ ହୋଇ ଉଠିଛି। ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁକ୍ତିପଥ ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶନ କରାଇବା ହିଁ ମୋର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ। ଯେଉଁମାନେ ମୋ ଉପରେ ନିର୍ଭର କରି ବସିଛ, ମୁଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ହାତ ଧରି ମୁକ୍ତିଧାମକୁ ନେଇଯିବି। ତୁମ ଠାକୁର ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁ, କେବଳ ଏତିକି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଥିବା ଆବଶ୍ୟକ। ମା ମାନଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଉପଦେଶ। ମା, ମାତୃତ୍ୱରେ ହୃଦୟ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କର। ରମଣୀତ୍ୱ ଶୈତାନର ଉଚ୍ଛିଷ୍ଟ। ସୁତରାଂ ଜନନୀତ୍ୱ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଶ୍ରୀ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ପବିତ୍ର ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି ଅନ୍ୟ କାହାରି ନୟନଗୋଚର ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ। ସେ ସର୍ବତ୍ର ବିଦ୍ୟମାନ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଭକ୍ତର ଉପଯୁକ୍ତ ଅବସ୍ଥା ନ ଆସିବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସେ ସମ୍ମୁଖକୁ ଆସି ଦର୍ଶନ ଦାନ କରନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ସେ ସଂସାର ବହ୍ନିରେ ଭକ୍ତକୁ ଜଳାଇ ପୋଡ଼ାଇ ଉପଯୁକ୍ତ କରି ନିଅନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରୁଛି, ତୁମେ ସେହି ମାତୃତ୍ୱରେ ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠିତ ହୁଅ ଏବଂ ଚିରଦିନ ନିମିତ୍ତ ସେହି ମାତୃସତ୍ତାରେ ବିଲୀନ ହୋଇଯାଅ। ତୁମେମାନେ ମୋର ଅନ୍ତରଙ୍ଗ ଭକ୍ତ। ସୁତରାଂ ତୁମେମାନେ ସଂସାର ତାପରେ ତାପିତ ହୋଇ ଅଶାନ୍ତି ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଥାଇ ଭଗବତ ମହିମା ପ୍ରଚାର ନ କଲେ ଆଉ କରିବ କିଏ? ସ୍ୱଗଣ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆଉ କେହି ଯେ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦେଇ ପାରିବେ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ ଭଗବାନ କବି ମୁଖରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ପରୀକ୍ଷାୟ ନୟ ମମ ସ୍ୱଗଣ କାତର। ମା, ଏ ସଂସାର ମାୟାର ଖେଳଘର, ଅଜ୍ଞାନତାର ମୋହିନୀ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ସୁଖ ଯେ ବାହାରେ ନାହିଁ, ଅଛି ନିଜ ଅନ୍ତରରେ। ସୁଖ ଭୋଗରେ ନାହିଁ, ଅଛି କେବଳ ତ୍ୟାଗରେ ବା ଯୋଗରେ। ବାହ୍ୟ ବିଷୟ ସଂସ୍ପର୍ଶରେ ଯେଉଁ ସୁଖ, ତାହା ଆସକ୍ତି, ପାପ କଳୁଷିତ। ମନ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ଉପଲବ୍ଧି ହିଁ ପ୍ରକୃତ ନିର୍ମଳ ପବିତ୍ର ସୁଖ। ତୁମେ ମନ ପ୍ରାଣ ପବିତ୍ର କରି ସଚ୍ଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ଶ୍ରୀ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ନାମ ରୂପ ଚିନ୍ତା କର ଓ ମୁଖରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଜୟ ଉଚ୍ଚାରଣ କର। ଯେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ଚିତ୍ତ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଭାବ ଧାରଣ କରିବ, ସେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ତୁମେ ନିର୍ମଳ ସୁଖ ଅନୁଭବ କରିପାରିବ। ସେତେବେଳେ ବାହିକ ସୁଖ ଦୁଃଖରେ କିମ୍ବା ଲୋକଙ୍କ କଥାରେ ମନ ବିଚଳିତ ହେବ ନାହିଁ ଓ ସାଂସାରିକ ଘାତ ପ୍ରତିଘାତରେ ଅଶାନ୍ତି ଭୋଗ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ ନାହିଁ। ଏହା ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଶାନ୍ତି ଲାଭର ଅନ୍ୟ ପନ୍ଥା ନାହିଁ। ବତ୍ସେ, ପୁତ୍ର କନ୍ୟାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଭଗବତ ଜ୍ଞାନରେ ସୁଖ ପାଇ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଯତ୍ନ ନିଅ। ଗୁରୁଜନ ମାନଙ୍କର ଅବାଧ୍ୟ ହୁଅ ନାହିଁ। ଯଥାସାଧ୍ୟ ଦିନ ଦୁଃଖୀ ମାନଙ୍କର ଉପକାର କର। କେବେ ହେଲେ ଆଚାର ଲଙ୍ଘନ କର ନାହିଁ। ମା, ତୁମେ ବାହ୍ୟ ବିଷୟରୁ ସୁଖ ଆଶା ତ୍ୟାଗ କରି ଅନ୍ତରର ଅନ୍ତରତମ ପ୍ରଦେଶରେ ବୁଡ଼ିଯାଇ ମୋତେ ଖୋଜିଲେ ଦେଖିବ, ମୁଁ ଜଗଜ୍ଜନନୀଙ୍କୁ କୋଳରେ ଧରି ତୁମ ହୃଦୟ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କରି ବସି ରହିଛି। ବତ୍ସେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଯାଇ ତୁମର ସମସ୍ତ ଅଭାବ ଦୂର ହେବ। ତୁମେ କେବଳ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ସର୍ବସ୍ୱ ସମର୍ପଣ କରି ସର୍ବାନ୍ତଃକରଣରେ ତାଙ୍କରି ନାମ ଉଚ୍ଚାରଣ କରିଯାଅ। ବତ୍ସେ, ବାହାରେ ମୋର ଦର୍ଶନ ନ ପାଇଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତୁମର କିଛି ମାତ୍ର କ୍ଷତି ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ବାହିକ ବିଷୟ ମାତ୍ରକେ ମାଇକ ବୋଲି ଜାଣିବ। ତୁମେ ମୋତେ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କର। ବାହ୍ୟ ଦେହ ଦ୍ୱାରା ବାହ୍ୟ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିବ ଓ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଧରି ରଖିଥିବ। ମା, ମୁଁ ଦେହସ୍ଥ, ଏହା ଭୁଲି ମୁଁ ତୁମର ହୃଦୟସ୍ଥ ବୋଲି ଚିନ୍ତା କର। ଦୂରତ୍ୱର ବ୍ୟବଧାନ ଘୁଞ୍ଚିଯିବ। ମା, ତୁମେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ମୋତେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କର। ମନେ କରିବ, ତୁମର ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଜଗତ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଏବଂ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କର ସ୍ୱାମିତ୍ୱ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ସତ୍ତା ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଅନ୍ୟ କିଛି ନୁହେଁ। ଏତିକି ଭାବନାରେ ନାରୀ ଜନ୍ମ ସାର୍ଥକ ହୋଇଯିବ। ପ୍ରାଣରେ ଅଫୁରନ୍ତ ଆନନ୍ଦର ସ୍ରୋତ ପ୍ରବାହିତ ହେବ। ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରୁଛି, ତୁମେ ସେହି ଭାବର ଅଧିକାରିଣୀ ହୁଅ। ସ୍ୱାମୀ ହିଁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଗୁରୁ। କାୟ ମନ ବାକ୍ୟରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆଦେଶ ପାଳନ ଓ ତାଙ୍କରି ସେବା ହିଁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ପରମ ଧର୍ମ। ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କୁ ଗୁରୁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଜ୍ଞାନରେ ସୁଖ ପାଇ ଭଗବତ ନିର୍ଭରତା ରକ୍ଷା କରିପାରିଲେ ହିଁ ନାରୀ ଜନ୍ମ ସାର୍ଥକ ହେବ। ଗୃହିଣୀର ସ୍ୱାମୀ ସେବା ଓ ସନ୍ତାନ ପାଳନ ସ୍ୱଧର୍ମ। ତେଣୁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ସାଧନ ଭୋଜନର ସମୟ ଅଳ୍ପ। ସୁତରାଂ ସର୍ବଦା ଗୁରୁ ନାମ ଜପ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କରିବ। ସଧବା ନାରୀମାନେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ଏବଂ ବିଧବା ନାରୀମାନେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କୁ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବେ। ଅନ୍ୟଥା ଧର୍ମ ବା ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ି କେବଳ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ଚିନ୍ତା କଲେ ସେଥିରେ ବିନ୍ଦୁମାତ୍ର ଉନ୍ନତି ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ମା, ଏ ଜଗତରେ ରାଜରାଣୀ ଠାରୁ ଭିକାରୁଣୀ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସମାନ ଅଭାବ। ଭାବ ରାଜ୍ୟରେ ଉପନୀତ ନ ହେବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ କାହାରି ଅଭାବ ଦୂର ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ମା, ତୁମେ ଜୀବଜଗତକୁ ସୁଖ ପାଇବାକୁ ଶିକ୍ଷା କର। ସକଳ ଅଭାବ ମେଣ୍ଟିଯିବ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। जय गुरु। जयति सुपति शिव स्वरूपाहि जयति सुपति शिव स्वरूपाहि परमानंद दाई चंद्र रूप हे परमानंद दाई चंद्र रूप हे जय शांत दंता जगताईश्वरा जय शांत दंता जगताईश्वरा जगत्पति हे नमोरा नमस्कार जगत्पति हे नमोरा नमस्कार जय सकल विबुध आश्रय हे जय ब्रह्मस्वरूप सदा जय हे जय ब्रह्मस्वरूप सदा जय हे सती प्राण प्रिय अतिश्वरा सती प्राणाधिका प्रिय अतिश्वरा जगत्पति हे मोरा नमस्कार जगत्पति हे मोरा नमस्कार जय पूजन मास्य हृदयधरा जय पूजन मास्य हृदयधरा जय स्वामी पंच प्राणाधीश्वरा जय स्वामी पंच प्राणाधीश्वरा जय नयन तारका ज्ञानधारा जय नयन तारका ज्ञानधारा जगत्पति हे नमोरा नमस्कार जगत्पति हे नमोरा नमस्कार जय पत्निया नंद प्रदायक हे जय पत्नी आनंद प्रदायक हे तुम्हें ब्रह्मा शिव लोकपालक हे तुम्हें ब्रह्मा शिव लोकपालक
पोति ब्रह्म स्वरूपनि गुणधारा पोति ब्रह्म स्वरूपनि गुणधारा जगत्पति के नादीना नमस्कार जगत्पति के नादीना नमस्कार जय भुवन मोहन पूर्ण इंदु जय भुवन मोहन पूर्ण इंदु जय पत्नी प्राणाधिक दया सिंधु जय पत्नी प्राणाधिक दया सिंधु दासी सर्व दोषनाथ क्षमा कर दासी सर्व दोषनाथ क्षमा कर तब पद कंजे कोटि नमस्कार 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 तब पद कंजे कोटि नमस्कार। जय गुरु।
Jai Guru. Sadguru Swami Nityanand Upadesh, page 246. The desire of heart. If anybody prays me anything, I can give him that. But nobody expresses before me his inner desires clearly. Someone has a hidden desire for wealth, fame, and power, whereas he prays for knowledge and devotion. I cannot give him anything. He who really prays for knowledge, love, and devotion with all his mind and heart will find his desire fulfilled, although he does not verbally speak out his prayer. It is extremely difficult to attain knowledge and devotion by doing sadhana. Without the grace of Gurudev, one can hardly attain these fair and priceless virtues. It is almost impossible to get. Knowledge and devotion are like contagious disease, each spread from one person to another. Just as contagious diseases contaminate from one person to another, but thereby the disease of the first victim does not abate, similarly, by the blessing of Jagat Guru, knowledge and devotion will spread from me to you, but thereby my knowledge and devotion will not diminish. As soon as knowledge is attained, prem bhakti or love devotion oozes out, then knowledge loses its separate identity. This state is called devotion devoid of knowledge. Otherwise, devotion does not last long. If one has deep yearning for knowledge and devotion, there is no need to beg these verbally or by writing. If anyone prays him anywhere, he knows it and fulfills his prayer. Dear child, sanctify your mind, remaining absorbed in the meditation of God but don't pray for preservation of song. It is true that in the absence of brahmacharya, one is not able to perform the sadhana of self-indulgence. But nothing is impossible by the grace of God. Numerous Hatha yogis have achieved control over senses, but they have not gained the grace of God. If you want to pray God for anything, pray only for knowledge or love and devotion. Instead of praying for annihilation of darkness, pray for the revelation of the sun. As soon as the sun rises, the darkness will disappear for its own accord. Therefore, it is my desire that that your prayer should have singular focus. Repose only on one flame and continue reciting his name. If you surrender everything unto him, he will never keep your desire unfulfilled. Dear child, God is Vanchakalpataru, meaning the desire fulfilling tree. One gets whatever one prays in front of him, but the prayer should be in right earnest. First, know properly the desire and effusion in the heart and pray accordingly. Now you pray for one thing. As soon as you get it, your quest chases fresh things. Sometimes it so happens when you pray for one thing, another opposite prayer is also found working in you. Thus, there go on changes in your prayers. If your prayer is from within, he will of course grant it. He sees that your prayer lacks depth and strength, so he waits till your prayer acquires deep yearning and sincerity. If your prayer is sincere, it takes no time for its fulfillment. Know well what your heart desires. If you can correctly locate it, your prayer will no doubt be fulfilled. In the absence of purification of mind, the desired object of life fails to manifest. Don't be in a haste. Adopt the path of purification of mind. On attaining it, you can know what your heart desires and chases. Dear child, the purification of mind is the prime need. Guru Brahma is attributeless, so no prayer can be offered before him. But all prayers can be made before him in Guru. If one prays before him in Guru, one can realize Brahma, Atma and Bhagwan. Sadguru has the power to offer everything. Those who are unable to perform sadhana can reach their goal through prayer. Mind and mouth should be one during prayer. Your inner desire is for one thing, but you pray for another. Ensure that it does not happen. You should pray what sincerely emerges in the matrix of your heart. If you can pray with deep yearning, the giver will not refuse to offer at any cost, however difficult it may be. Jai Guru.
জয় গুরু। নীলাচল সারস্বত সংঘ পুরী ব্রাঞ্চ আমেরিকা সারস্বত সংঘ 894th সংঘ পূজা সেশন রিপোর্ট December 31st 2023 time 7:15 AM to 11:55 AM Eastern time. Pariyar and Nick and Rajabhai. For the attendee list, please check the Sangho website. Minutes of the first session. The first session started at 7:30 AM Eastern time after singing Pratiksha song Nutana Prabhate Nutana Hrudaye Pujibi Nabina Pranadhana and Arati Ghena He Bandana by Linnama and Bhaktima respectively. Samjit Bhai performed Arati and then Suprit Bhai led the singing of the Bandana and Stotra Bandana. This was followed by the reading of verse 63 from Sri Sri Guru Gita by Devidas Bhai. After reading Parichaya Patra, devotees led by Rajabhai prayed to Sri Sri Thakura for the smooth functioning of the upcoming Sammilanis. Then Anup Bhai read Bandana, Prarthana and Prarthana Kalinko Prati sections. from Sangha Sevaka, volume 57, part 2. Brajabhai requested Sri Sri Thakur to accept Balya Bhoga and join the second session after a short rest. He also requested devotees present at NSM to have prasad. The first session concluded after Joy Guru Kirtana. Minutes of the second session. The second session started at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time after Pranama Gano, which was preceded by Abahana songs, Kejane e Belau as Miliboki Nahire, and Asohe Thakur and Abhinav Sundara, sung by Amritama and Brundavan Bhai respectively. Shivani Mohantima sang Bandana, Sundara Charu says Ahuri Sundara, and Soumya Bhai read the section titled The Means of Prayer from Nigamopadesha. Uditama presented the minutes of the last Sangha Puja session. Then, joining as the NSS representative, Jagannatha Dasa Bhai, a member of the NSS governing body, offered a discussion centered around Atma Jnana and Seva. Jnana Bhai sang the song Chahe Mana Mora. In the song, Jagannath Bhai provided answers to a couple of questions from Sangha members. Then the young aspirant session started with Aryan singing the prayer Akhiro Luhare Sakoti Kahimo. Bhaktima led the discussions. Then Annik and Brajabhai did Bhava Vinimaya. After that, Brajabhai invited Sri Sri Thakur from Madhyana Bhoga and evening puja. He requested devotees present at NSM to have prasad. In the absence of Ansh, Asin Bhai invited Sri Sri Thakur and all devotees for the next YA session. And Smita Baima invited all for the next Sangha Puja. Brajabhai prayed to Sri Sri Thakur and requested all devotees to forgive all sevakas and sevikas who performed seva during the Sangha Puja for any mistakes they might have committed. Finally, Subhendu Bhai sang the last song Dayamaya Sicharane. The second session ended with Joy Guru Kirtana. A few updates on Sangha matters ensued. Vishwet Bhai took attendance, after which the devotees bid farewell to each other until the next Sangha Puja. Sri Sri Thakur Charanasito, Annik and Brajabhai. Joy Guru.
Joy. Sadguru Nigamananda Deva calls Pancha Sannyasini Shishya. Page 160. ସେଦିନ ଦେୱାନ ଘର ପୋଖରୀରେ ଜାଲ ପକାଇ ମାଛ ଧରାଯାଉଥିଲା। ସେତେବେଳେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ସମାଗତ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଥିଲେ। ଏତିକି ବେଳେ କେଡ଼େ ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ ମାଛ ଜାଲରେ ଧରାଯାଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ଚାଲନ୍ତୁ କହି ତହସିଲଦାର ମହାଶୟ ଅତି ଆଗ୍ରହରେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବା। ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ହସ ହସ ମୁଖରେ ଯାଇ ଦେବାଦ ପୋଖରୀ କୂଳରେ ଦଣ୍ଡାୟମାନ ହେଲେ। ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ବହୁ ଦର୍ଶକ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେଠାରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଥିଲେ। ସେତେବେଳେ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଠିକ୍ ପଶ୍ଚାତ ଭାଗରେ ଦଣ୍ଡାୟମାନ ଥିଲେ। ହଠାତ୍ ସେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଆଉ ସେଠାରେ ନାହାନ୍ତି। ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର କେଉଁଆଡ଼େ ଗଲେ ଭାବି ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ଇତସ୍ତତ ବହୁ ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କଲେ। ତାଙ୍କର ସନ୍ଦେହ ହେଉଥିଲା କାଳେ ସେ ସେଠାରୁ ଯାଇ ଅନ୍ୟତ୍ର ଠିଆ ହୋଇଥିବେ। ଯେତେ ଖୋଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ କେଉଁଠାରେ ହେଲେ ଦେଖି ପାଇଲେ ନାହିଁ। ଶଶୀ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ପରି ପୋଲିସ ବିଭାଗର ଜଣେ ସୁଦକ୍ଷ କର୍ମଚାରୀଙ୍କ ସମ୍ମୁଖରୁ ଜଣେ ମନୁଷ୍ୟ କୁଆଡ଼େ ଚାଲିଗଲା ସେ ତାହା ଦେଖିପାରିଲେ ନାହିଁ। ଏଭଳି ଅନ୍ୟମନସ୍କ ହୋଇଥିଲେ ତ କେଉଁ ଦିନ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚାକିରିରୁ ବିଦାୟ ନେବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିଥାନ୍ତା। ମନୁଷ୍ୟଟି କ'ଣ ଶୂନ୍ୟରେ ଉଡ଼ିଗଲା? ସେଥର ନ ଦେଖି ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ କେବଳ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଖୋଜିବାରେ ଲାଗିଗଲେ। କେଉଁଠି ସନ୍ଧାନ ନ ପାଇ ଆଶ୍ରମକୁ ଯାଇଥିବେ ଭାବି ଦ୍ରୁତ ପଦରେ ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରି ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଯେଉଁଠାରେ ଉପବିଷ୍ଟ ଥିଲେ ସେଠାରେ ଦେଖିଲେ କେହି ନାହାନ୍ତି। ଏହି ଅଦ୍ଭୁତ କାଣ୍ଡ କେବଳ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଅନ୍ୟ କେହି ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରି ନାହାନ୍ତି। ହଠାତ୍ ତାଙ୍କ ସମ୍ମୁଖରୁ ପରମହଂସ ଦେବ କିଭଳି ଅଦୃଶ୍ୟ ହୋଇଗଲେ, ଏହି ଭାବନାରେ କିଂକର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ ବିମୂଢ଼ ହୋଇ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ପୁଣି ବାହାରି ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କରିବାକୁ ଉଦ୍ୟତ ହେଲା ବେଳେ ହଠାତ୍ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ କଣ୍ଠସ୍ୱର ଶୁଣି ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ବିସ୍ମିତ ହୋଇପଡ଼ିଲେ। ସେତେବେଳେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ବାର୍ତ୍ତାଳାପ କରୁ କରୁ ଆଶ୍ରମ ଅଙ୍ଗନ ଅତିକ୍ରମ ପୂର୍ବକ ସ୍ୱଗୃହାଭିମୁଖରେ ଅଗ୍ରସର ହେଉଥିବାର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟକ୍ଷ କରି ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ଜାଣିଲେ ଯେ ଏତେବେଳେ ଯାଏ ସେ ପୋଖରୀ ହୁଡ଼ାରେ ଥାଇ ମାଛ ଧରା ଦେଖୁଥିଲେ। ତେବେ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ କ'ଣ ଖୋଜିବା ବେଳେ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିଶକ୍ତି ହରାଇ ବସିଥିଲେ? ଏହି ରହସ୍ୟର ଉନ୍ମୋଚନ ହୋଇପାରେ ନାହିଁ। ଏହି ଘଟଣା ପରେ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ଚାକିରିରୁ ଇସ୍ତଫା ଦେଇ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଭକ୍ତ ହେଲେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଦିନ ଯେଉଁ ଘଟଣା ଘଟିଥିଲା ସେ ସମ୍ପର୍କରେ ସେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରି ବୁଝିବାକୁ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରବଳ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାଙ୍କ ନିକଟବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ହେବା ମାତ୍ରେ ଶଶୀ ବାବୁ ସେ କଥା ବିସ୍ମୃତ ହୋଇଯାଉଥିଲେ। ବାରମ୍ବାର ଏଇଭଳି ବିସ୍ମୃତି ଘଟିବାରୁ ତାହା ମଧ୍ୟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ବିଭୂତି ବୋଲି ଶଶୀବାବୁ ମତବ୍ୟକ୍ତ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ଯେଉଁ ଦାରୋଗା ବାବୁ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରଙ୍କୁ ଅଟକ କରିଥିଲେ ସେ ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁରର ପରମହଂସ ବୋଲି ଶୁଣିବା ମାତ୍ରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିଥିଲେ। ତରୁଣୀ ବିଧବାଙ୍କୁ ଆହୁରି କେତେକ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରି ପ୍ରବୀଣ ପୋଲିସ କର୍ମଚାରୀ ବୁଝିପାରିଥିଲେ ଯେ ସେ କେବଳ ସୁଶିକ୍ଷିତ ନୁହନ୍ତି, ଉଚ୍ଚ ଧର୍ମଗ୍ରନ୍ଥାଦି ପାଠ ଫଳରେ ତାଙ୍କ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ଯଥାର୍ଥ ଉଚ୍ଚ ଆଦର୍ଶ, ନିଷ୍ଠା ଓ ଧର୍ମ ବଳ ମଧ୍ୟ ବିଦ୍ୟମାନ ଅଛି। ବଳ ପ୍ରୟୋଗ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଏଭଳି ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ସତ୍ସଂକଳ୍ପରୁ ନିବୃତ୍ତ କରିବା ସମ୍ଭବ ନୁହେଁ। ଏହା ଭାବି ସମ୍ମାନ ସହିତ ପ୍ରଣାମ କରି ଦାରୋଗା ବାବୁ କହିଲେ, ମା, ତୁମେ ତ ପ୍ରାପ୍ତ ବୟସ୍କା ଓ ଶିକ୍ଷିତା। ମୁଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଜାଣିଛି ଆଇନ ବଳରେ ତୁମ ଧର୍ମ ପଥରେ କେବେ ହେଲେ ବିଘ୍ନ ଉତ୍ପାଦନ କରିହେବ ନାହିଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମ ଭାଇ ଜଣେ ଆଇନଜୀବୀ, ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ପ୍ରଭାବଶାଳୀ ବନ୍ଧୁବାନ୍ଧବ ସବୁ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଇଚ୍ଛା କଲେ ସେଇମାନଙ୍କ ସାହାଯ୍ୟରେ ସେ ତୁମ ପ୍ରତି ବଳ ପ୍ରୟୋଗ କରିବାକୁ ପୋଲିସକୁ ପ୍ରବର୍ତ୍ତାଇ ପାରନ୍ତି। ଫଳରେ ପୋଲିସ ବିଭାଗର ଉଚ୍ଚ ଅଧିକାରୀ ମାନେ ମୋତେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସନ୍ଦେହ କରି ବିପଦରେ ପକାଇବାର ସମ୍ଭାବନା ଅଛି। ତେଣୁ ତୁମେ ଏଠାରୁ ତୁମ ଭାଇଙ୍କୁ ତୁମର ମନୋଭାବ ଓ ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ଯାହା ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଅଛି ସେ ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧରେ ସମସ୍ତ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କରି ଖଣ୍ଡିଏ ପତ୍ର ଲେଖ। ମୁଁ ତାହା ସହିତ ମୋର ମନ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଯୋଗ କରି ସେ ଚିଠିକୁ ମୟମନ ସିଂ ପଠାଇଦେବି ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ତୁମକୁ ସଙ୍ଗରେ ନେଇ ନିରାପଦରେ ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁର ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇ ଆସିବି। ଦାରୋଗା ବାବୁଙ୍କ କଥାକୁ ଯୁକ୍ତିୟୁକ୍ତ ମନେକରି କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ତାଙ୍କରି କଥା ଅନୁଯାୟୀ ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁଙ୍କୁ ପତ୍ରରେ ଲେଖିଲେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଘରକୁ ଫେରିବାର ଇଚ୍ଛା ନାହିଁ। ସେ ଭୟରେ ବି ଯୋଗମାୟାଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ରହିବେ। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଯୋଗୁଁ ଭାଇଙ୍କର ସମାଜରେ ନିନ୍ଦାଭାଜନ ହେବାର କୌଣସି ଆଶଙ୍କା ନାହିଁ। ଭାଇଙ୍କର ଇଚ୍ଛା ହେଲେ ସେ କେବେ ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁର ଯାଇ କୁସୁମଙ୍କୁ ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ଦେଖି ଆସିପାରନ୍ତି। ତତ୍ପରେ ତାଙ୍କ ବିଷୟ ସମ୍ପତ୍ତିର ଯେପରି ସୁବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା କରିବାକୁ ହେବ ତାହା ସେ ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁରରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବା ପରେ ଜଣାଇବେ। ପୋଲିସ ପ୍ରଦତ୍ତ ରିପୋର୍ଟରେ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରଙ୍କର ସତ୍ ସ୍ୱଭାବ ଓ ସୁଶୀଳତା ବିଷୟ କଥା, ତାଙ୍କର ଭାବି ଦୀକ୍ଷାଦାନ, ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁର ନିବାସୀ ପରମହଂସ ଦେବଙ୍କ ଯଶୋଗାନ ପାଠ କରି ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ମନରେ କିଭଳି ଆକ୍ରୋଶ ଜାତ ହୋଇଥିବ ତାହା କହିବା ନିଶ୍ଚୟଜନକ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଥିଲେ ଅତିଶୟ ଧୂର୍ତ୍ତ। ତେଣୁ ସମାଜରେ ଯେପରି ତାଙ୍କର ନିନ୍ଦା ରଟନା ନ ହୁଏ ସେହି ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ ସେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ ଶ୍ରୀ ନିଗମାନନ୍ଦ ଦେବଙ୍କର ପ୍ରଶସ୍ତି ଗାନ କରିବା ସଙ୍ଗେ ସଙ୍ଗେ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କ ସାଧୁ ସଂକଳ୍ପକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନୁମୋଦନ କଲେ। କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ସେହି ମର୍ମ ପତ୍ର ଲେଖିଲେ ଯେ ଗତସ୍ୟ ଶୋଚନା ନାସ୍ତି। କୁସୁମ ସହସା ଆଶ୍ରମ ବାସିନୀ ନ ହୋଇ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତୀର୍ଥବାସ କରୁଛି। ଆପାତତଃ ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣ ପତ୍ରିକାରେ ଯେପରି ଏହି ଭାବରେ ସମ୍ବାଦ ପ୍ରକାଶିତ ହୁଏ ତାହାର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା କରିବ। ମୟମନ ସିଂ ଅଞ୍ଚଳର ଅଧିକାଂଶ ଲୋକ ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣର ଗ୍ରାହକ। ତେଣୁ ସେଥିରୁ ସେମାନେ ଏଭଳି ସମ୍ବାଦ ଜାଣିଲେ ଭାଇ ଭଉଣୀ ଉଭୟଙ୍କର ସମ୍ମାନ ରହିବ। ତାପରେ ଅବଶ୍ୟ ସନ୍ନ୍ୟାସ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି ସେ ଆଶ୍ରମବାସିନୀ ହୋଇଛି ବୋଲି ପତ୍ର ପତ୍ରିକା ମାନଙ୍କରେ ସମ୍ବାଦ ପରିବେଶିତ ହେଲେ କୌଣସି ଆପତ୍ତି ରହିବ ନାହିଁ। ପୋଲିସ କର୍ମଚାରୀଙ୍କ ମୁଖରୁ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କର ଗୃହତ୍ୟାଗ ବିବରଣ ଅବଗତ ହୋଇ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ସ୍ଥାନଦାନ କରିବାକୁ କୁଣ୍ଠିତ ହେଲେ ନାହିଁ। ଆଶ୍ରମର ସେବକଦ୍ୱୟ ଏବଂ ଭୈରବୀ ମା ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନୁପୂର୍ବକ ସମସ୍ତ ବିଷୟ ଶ୍ରବଣ କରି କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କୁ ଆଦରରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଜଣେ ବୋଲି ଭାବି ଗ୍ରହଣ କଲେ। ତତ୍ପରି ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଚିଠି ମିଳିବା ପରେ ଆଉ କିଛି ବାଧା ରହିଲା ନାହିଁ। ସେତେବେଳେ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ ତାଙ୍କର ସଂକଳ୍ପ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତ କରି କହିଲେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ସମସ୍ତ ସମ୍ପତ୍ତି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଦାନପତ୍ର ଦ୍ୱାରା ଉତ୍ସର୍ଗ କରିଦେଇ ସେ ସନ୍ନ୍ୟାସ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା କରିଛନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କ ଭାଇ ତାଙ୍କ ସମ୍ପତ୍ତିର ଆୟ ଭାର ନେଇଛନ୍ତି। ସେ ନିୟମିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଶ୍ରମକୁ ଟଙ୍କା ପଠାଇବାର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା କରିବେ। ତେବେ ସେ ଯେ ତୀର୍ଥବାସିନୀ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି ଏକଥା ଯେପରି ବାହାରେ ପ୍ରଚାରିତ ହୁଏ, କାରଣ ସେ ଯେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଦୁର୍ଗାପୁରରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାହା ଲୋକେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଜାଣନ୍ତୁ, ଏହା ଭାଇଙ୍କର ଇଚ୍ଛା ନୁହେଁ। ସବୁ ଦିଗରୁ ବିବେଚନା କରି ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କ ପ୍ରସ୍ତାବରେ ଏକମତ ହେଲେ। ଧର୍ମ ବିଷୟରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରି ଏବଂ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କର ସେବାଭାବ, କର୍ମକୁଶଳତା ଓ ଚିତ୍ତର ଉଦାରତା ଦର୍ଶନ କରି ସେହି ଠାକୁର ତାଙ୍କୁ ସନ୍ନ୍ୟାସର ଯୋଗ୍ୟ ଅଧିକାରିଣୀ ବୋଲି ଜାଣି ପ୍ରଥମେ ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଦୀକ୍ଷା କୌଣସି ତୀର୍ଥ ପରିଣନ କରିବାକୁ ପରାମର୍ଶ ଦେଲେ। ତାଙ୍କ ଉପଦେଶ ଅନୁସାରେ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ଉମାଚରଣ ବାବୁଙ୍କୁ ସଙ୍ଗରେ ନେଇ ମେହେର କାଳୀ, ତିନିସୁକୁରାର କାଳୀ ମନ୍ଦିର, କାମାକ୍ଷା, ଚନ୍ଦ୍ରନାଥ, ସୀତାକୁଣ୍ଡ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ତୀର୍ଥ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଗଲେ। ଏଣେ 1316 ସାଲ ମାର୍ଗଶିର ସଂଖ୍ୟା ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣରେ ବିଜ୍ଞପ୍ତି ପ୍ରକାଶ ପାଇଲା। ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣ ସମ୍ପାଦକ ପୂଜ୍ୟପାଦ ପରମହଂସଙ୍କ ପ୍ରିୟ ଶିଷ୍ୟା ପାବନା ପୁରଜନ ନିବାସିନୀ ସ୍ୱଧର୍ମାନୁରାଗିଣୀ ଉନ୍ନତ ହୃଦୟା ଆଦର୍ଶ ଚରିତ୍ରା ଭୂମ୍ୟାଧିକାରିଣୀ ଶ୍ରୀମତୀ କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ଦେବୀ ସଂସାର ପରିତ୍ୟାଗ ପୂର୍ବକ ଚିରଦିନ ନିମିତ୍ତ ତୀର୍ଥବାସିନୀ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କ ପରିତ୍ୟକ୍ତ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଧନର ଯାହା ଉପରେ ଦାନ ବିକ୍ରୟର ଅଧିକାର ଅଛି ଏବଂ ଯାହା ଲଗ୍ନି କାରବାର ସୁଧ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ମୂଳଧନ 900 ଟଙ୍କା ଅଛି, ତାହାକୁ ସେ ବିଧବା ମାନଙ୍କ ଧର୍ମୋନ୍ନତି ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ ତଦୀୟ ଗୁରୁଦେବଙ୍କୁ ଦାନ କରିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କର ଭ୍ରାତା ମୟମନ ସିଂ ଗୋଲାବାଡି ନିବାସୀ ଫିନାର ଓକିଲ ଶ୍ରୀଯୁକ୍ତ ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ଚକ୍ରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ମହାଶୟ ସେହି ଟଙ୍କାରୁ ଯାହା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆଦାୟ କରିବେ ସେତେବେଳେ ତାହା ଅତ୍ର ଆଶ୍ରମକୁ ପ୍ରେରଣ କରିବେ। ଏହା ହିଁ ୱିଲ୍ ଫର୍ମ। ପୃଥକ ଦାନପତ୍ର ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ସମ୍ପାଦନ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ଭଗବାନ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପରାଶାନ୍ତି ପ୍ରଦାନ କରନ୍ତୁ, ଏହା ହିଁ ଆମ ମାନଙ୍କର ଏକାନ୍ତ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା। କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ତୀର୍ଥ ଭ୍ରମଣରେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି। ଏହି ସମ୍ବାଦ ତାଙ୍କ ସମସ୍ତ ଲିଖିତ ପତ୍ରର ଅବଗତ ହୋଇ ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁ ତାହା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିପାରୁଥିଲେ କି ନା ତାହା କିଏ ଜାଣେ। ତେବେ କୁସୁମ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ସମସ୍ତ ସମ୍ପତ୍ତି ଆଶ୍ରମକୁ ଦାନ କରିବାର ସଂକଳ୍ପ ନେଇ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଦାନପତ୍ର ସମ୍ପାଦନ କରାଇ ନେଲେ, ତାହା ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ପରି କୌଣସି ସଂସାରୀ ଭ୍ରାତା ପକ୍ଷରେ କେବେ ପ୍ରୀତିଦାୟକ ହୋଇନପାରେ, ଏହା ସ୍ପଷ୍ଟ ଭାବରେ ଜଣାପଡୁଥିଲା। କିନ୍ତୁ ବାହିକ ଭାବରେ ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରକାର ଗୋଳମାଳ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କଲେ ନାହିଁ। କାରଣ ସଂସାରରେ ସେ ତ ଏକମାତ୍ର ଓକିଲ ନୁହନ୍ତି। ସାବାଳିକା କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ଇଚ୍ଛା କରିଥିଲେ ଯେକୌଣସି ଓକିଲଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଦାନପତ୍ର ଲେଖାଇ ଦେଇ ପାରିଥାନ୍ତେ। ସେପରି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଦାନପତ୍ର ସମ୍ପାଦନରେ ଅସம்மତି ପ୍ରକାଶ କରିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁଙ୍କର ମୂର୍ଖତା ଓ ଅଭଦ୍ରତା ହିଁ ପ୍ରମାଣିତ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତା। ଏହି ଆଶଙ୍କାରେ ଦାନପତ୍ର ସମ୍ପାଦନ କରିଦେବାକୁ ଜ୍ୟୋତିଷ ବାବୁ ବାଧ୍ୟ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। ଭ୍ରମଣ ଶେଷ କରି କୁସୁମ କୁମାରୀ ଆଶ୍ରମ
ଜୟ
ପ୍ରାଣ ବନ୍ଧୁ ବୋଲି
পথর সাথী ফিরিবা পথর সাথী পিতা হই মোর দুঃখ হর মাতা হই কোলে তলি কর পিতা হই মোর দুঃখ হর মাতা হই কোলে তলি কর অমরা বাটরে চালি যাবে কালে অমরা বাটরে চালি যাবে কালে মায়া সপনরে ভাসি মায়া সপনরে ভাসি ফিরিবা পথর সাথী আসিবা পথর বন্ধু তুমি মোর ফিরিবা পথর সাথী ফিরিবা পথর সাথী তুম ভাবনায় নিরাধার বাহিনী যাও না মোর তুম ভাবনায় নিরাধার বাহিনী যাও না মোর তুমি ধ্রুব তারা পাশে ছিলে পরা তুমি ধ্রুব তারা পাশে ছিলে পরা হারি যায় ও মারাতি হারি যায় ও মারাতি ফিরিবা পথর সাথী আসিবা পথর বন্ধু তুমি মোর ফিরিবা পথর সাথী ফিরিবা পথর সাথী জীবন পথিরে তুমি লিখিছ জীবন পথিরে তুমি লিখিছ অমর প্রেমর নীতি অমর প্রেমর ফিরিবা পথর সাথী ফিরিবা পথর সাথী আসিবা পথর বন্ধু তুমি মোর ফিরিবা পথর সাথী ফিরিবা পথর সাথী জয়
জয় গুরু। Samsara Pathe, Chapter 37, The Subject of Agni for Householders. It is worth remembering that arrogance due to one's wealth and opulence, physical strength and brevity, appearance and youth, knowledge and intelligence, family background and pride are all worthless. Although I might be tormenting a weaker, supportless person today out of my pride and material possessions, soon there will be a day when my dead body will be lying on the cremation ground. Foxes and dogs will trample me. Spirits and ghouls will be dancing on my chest. Thinking this way leads to the realization of the worthlessness of worldly possessions. As a result, the allure of worldly attachments becomes weaker. Currently, due to incorrect educational methods, bad company, fickleness rising from the attraction to materialistic pleasures, and due to the results of their action, karma, many have stopped believing in the afterlife, birth, results of their action, and the unforeseen. However, one day everyone will have to accept it. Even those who don't accept it, they will have to die one day since life is not eternal. They will have to leave the mortal world, giving up their wealth, family, and personal property. Then why is there so much attraction for a few days' life? Why is there so much futile attachment? By thinking that death, true knowledge will emerge from viewing the events behind thick curtains of the distant past. Going to a solitary place or to the forest, one will not succeed in the spiritual practices. Only after getting the blessing from Sri Gurudev and after making some spiritual progress, going to a secluded place can be helpful. Otherwise, giving a family life and going to the deep forest will just increase the attachment to your societal life. So, one has to first control his mind. If your mind is under control, your consciousness will remain unstirred, irrespective of where you are, at home or in forest. When ordinary people get solitary confinement as a punishment, they cannot endure it for more than a month. They become anxious and have red eyes due to lack of sleep. So unless your mind is under control, living in a secluded place will not help. However, living in a secluded place for a limited time to escape the chaos of the society could help the mind to calm down to some extent. It is good to have as natural a death as possible. After going through the various stages of life, which is childhood, youth, middle age, old age, and then dying due to old age related illness, helps the upward journey of the soul after death. The more the dead person remembers that he is dead, the better. When one dies suddenly, he does not realize that he is dead. During the time when one suffers from disease in old age, he gets time to ponder if he has collected any provisions for his afterlife journey. As he continues to understand the worthlessness of the mortal life and prepares himself for the event of death, he remembers that he is dead quickly and therefore realizes that he has left his gross body. Once he realizes that he is dead, he is able to go to the next stage easily. Thereafter, his soul progresses in its upward journey gradually. If one dies in youth, he takes rebirth since he died with unfulfilled material desires. If one dies suddenly, his soul does not embark on the upward journey easily. In case of sudden death, formation of the subtle body, the Sukshma Deha, becomes difficult. A person committing suicide does not realize his real self for a long time since he was trying to end his life. Rituals of last rites help him in realizing his real self. Therefore, the subtle body is created with time. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. The first Sunday of the year, and this sometimes have about 5-6 minutes. ଆଜି ଆମର ସକାଳେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ପତ୍ରିକା ପଢୁଥିଲେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କ ବାଣୀକୁ ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ଓ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ସହିତ ପାଳନ କରିବା ଦରକାର। ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀ ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିବେ ଶରଣାଗତି ଭାବ ସହିତ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କଲେ ସେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଫଳବତୀ ହୁଏ। ଶରଣାଗତି ଭାବଟା ଆସିବାଟା not that easy। ତା ଦେହରେ ପ୍ରଥମ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫରେ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରିଛନ୍ତି କୋଉ ଭାବ ରଖିବାଟା ଉଚିତ ନୁହେଁ, କୋଉ ଭାବ ରଖିବାଟା ଉଚିତ। go to the details। କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଭାବେ ନିର୍ଭରଶୀଳ ନହେଲେ ନ ହେଇକି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କଲେ ସେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାରେ ସେ ଫଳଟା ମିଳେ ନାହିଁ। ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ପୁରା ଡିରେକ୍ଟଲି ଉପଦେଶରୁ ଉଦ୍ଧାର କରାଇ। so happened that probably the same ଉପଦେଶ stanza we read today। ଯେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ମାଗିବେ। ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଇଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ଜାଗାରେ, ଏଠି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି କୁହାଯାଇଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାଟା କରିବେ ସେଥିରେ ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା ଥିବା ଦରକାର। ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା ନଥିଲେ ସେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାରେ କିଛି ଫଳ ମିଳେନି। ତାପରେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦେଖିକି କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆପଣ ମନରେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ମାଗୁଛନ୍ତି, ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ତ ଉପଦେଶରେ ସବୁଦିନ ପଢିଛନ୍ତି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ, ଆମର ସଂଘରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଆଲୋଚନା ହଉଛି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ମାଗିଦେଲେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ମନରେ ଅଛି ମୋର ଅଫିସରେ ପ୍ରମୋସନ ଦରକାର, କି ଗୋଟେ ରାଇଭାଲ ଅଛି ତାର କେମିତି ଖରାପ ହଉ ଦରକାର, ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ଭଲ ଗୁଣ ଖରାପ ଗୁଣ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ଯାହା ଅଛି ଆମ ମନରେ, ତା ସହିତ ଯଦି କହିବେ ନାହିଁ ମତେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସେ ଆଉ କୋଉଠୁ ଆଣି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଦେବେ? କାରଣ ଆମକୁ ସେଇଟା ମିଳିବାଟା କଷ୍ଟ ହବ। ତାପରେ ଆଜି ବହୁତ ସନାତନ ଧର୍ମ ଉପରେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ ଠାକୁର ତାଙ୍କର ତାର ସହିତ ସଂଘ ମଠ ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠା କରିବାର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ମୋର ସନାତନ ଭାବ ପ୍ରଚାର, ସତ୍ସିକା ବିସ୍ତାର, ଶିବଜ୍ଞାନ ଦିବସ ହେଲା। ତାର ସନାତନ ଧର୍ମ ଉପରେ ଆଜି ଆଲୋଚନା ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇଛି। ଆମେ ଅଳ୍ପ କିଛି ପଢିଛେ ତାକୁ ସନାତନ ଧର୍ମ କାହିଁକି କହନ୍ତି ତା ଉପରେ କିଛି ସମୟ ଲେଖା ହେଇଥିଲା ଯେ ଧର୍ମଟା ସବୁବେଳେ ଥିଲା, ସବୁବେଳେ ଅଛି। Nobody wrote a lot of these things. ଆପଣମାନେ ଶୁଣିଥିବେ ଦିଟା ୱାର୍ଡ ଶ୍ରୁତି ଆଉ ସ୍ମୃତି। ଶ୍ରୁତିଟା ହେଲା the material that is self-revealing, ବେଦ ବେଦାନ୍ତ ଇତ୍ୟାଦିକୁ ଶ୍ରୁତି କୁହାଯାଏ। ଉପନିଷଦ ଯୋଉ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ସବୁ ଶ୍ରୁତି। ଉପନିଷଦ କୌଣସି ଉପନିଷଦ କେହି ଲେଖି ନାହାନ୍ତି। ଯୋଉ ଆମର ମୁନି ଋଷି ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ଧ୍ୟାନ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନେ ସେଇ ନିର୍ବିକଳ୍ପ ଭୂମିରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି, ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷଟା ତାଙ୍କ ଫୁଟି ଉଠିଛି ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ସେମାନେ ମନେ ରଖିକି ଚାଲିଥିଲେ। ତାପରେ ବ୍ୟାସଦେବ ତାକୁ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କର କୌଣସି ଅଥର ନାହାନ୍ତି। ସ୍ମୃତି ଅନ୍ ଦ ଅଦର ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ମୋଷ୍ଟଲି ପୁରାଣ, ଅଷ୍ଟାଦଶ ପୁରାଣ ଯୋଉ କହିଛନ୍ତି ବ୍ୟାସଦେବ ରଚନା କରିଥିଲେ, ସେ ପୁରାଣ ଗୁଡାକୁ ସ୍ମୃତି ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ। କାହିଁକିନା ସେ ଜଣେ କହିଦେଲେ ରାମ ଏମିତି ଜନ୍ମ ହେଇଥିଲେ, ରାମ ଏହା କରିଥିଲେ ତାହା କରିଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଶିଷ୍ୟମାନେ ଶୁଣିଲେ, ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ଶିଷ୍ୟମାନେ ଶୁଣିଲେ, ସେ ମନେ ରଖିକିରି ତାକୁ ରିପିଟ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ। ସେଇଟା ହେଲା ସ୍ମୃତି। ଦିଟା ଜିନିଷ ଶ୍ରୁତି ଆଉ ସ୍ମୃତି। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଶ୍ରୁତି ପୋର୍ସନ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମର ବେସିକ କୋର ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନ ଅଫ ସନାତନ ଧର୍ମ, nobody started, nobody wrote it. ତେଣୁ ସେ ଉତ୍ପନ୍ନ ଧର୍ମ ନୁହଁ ସେଇଟା। ବାକି ଯେତେ ଧର୍ମ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ବିଗିନିଂ ଅଛି। ଜୈନ ଧର୍ମ ବି କୁହନ୍ତୁ ବହୁତ ପୁରୁଣା, ବୌଦ୍ଧ ଧର୍ମ, ଖ୍ରୀଷ୍ଟ ଧର୍ମ, ଇସଲାମ, even go to Jews, Judaism, there is a beginning of that, whereas Sanatana Dharma କୌଣସି beginning ନାହିଁ। I'll just take a pause. I have few other Sanatana Dharma to cover, but
ଭାଇ ପଢୁଥିଲି ଜୀବନ ପ୍ରସଙ୍ଗ, ସେଥିରେ ମା ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଜୀବ କୋଟି ପୁରୁଷ, if I remember correctly।
ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି କହିବେନି, ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କୋଟି ପୁରୁଷ କହିବେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଠାକୁର ସିଏ ମା ଯୋଉ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ବିଗିନିଂ ପାର୍ଟରେ ଥିବେ ଜୀବନ ପ୍ରସଙ୍ଗର ବିଗିନିଂ ପାର୍ଟରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁର ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲା ବେଳେ ନଳିନୀକାନ୍ତ ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି ପୁରୁଷ ଥିଲେ। ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ନିର୍ବିକଳ୍ପରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିଲେ ସେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କୋଟି ପୁରୁଷ ହେଇଗଲେ। ଆମେ ସବୁ ଜୀବ କୋଟି, ଜୀବ ଭଳିଆ ଆମେ କରୁଛେ, କାରଣ ଆମର ଅବିଦ୍ୟା ମାୟା ଆମକୁ ଘେରେଇକି ରଖିଛି। ଆମେ ବୁଝିପାରୁନେ କୋଉଟା ଠିକ, କୋଉଟା ଭୁଲ, କୋଉଟା ସତ, କୋଉଟା ମିଛ, ଏଗୁଡା ଜାଣିପାରୁନେ। ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି ପୁରୁଷ ମାନଙ୍କର କଣ କି, ଈଶ୍ୱର ହେଲେ କଣ, ତାଙ୍କ ସେ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସଂସାର ସର୍ବମୟ କର୍ତ୍ତା, ପରକର୍ତ୍ତି ଯାହା କୁହନ୍ତୁ। ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କର ସବୁବେଳେ ଇଚ୍ଛା କେମିତି ଜୀବର ସେବା କରିବା। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ମନରେ ସେଇ ଧାରଣାଟା ସବୁବେଳେ ଆସିବ, ଆପଣ ହେଲେ ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ବ୍ରହ୍ମରେ ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠା ହେଇଗଲେ ଆଉ ମାୟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଛୁଇଁ ପାରୁନି, ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କୋଟି। ତେଣୁ ଠାକୁର ଜନ୍ମ ଥିଲେ ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି। କାହିଁକିନା ତାଙ୍କୁ ରାସ୍ତାରେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ବୋହୁଟା ତା ଶାଶୁକୁ ବାଡଉଛି, ସମ୍ଭାଳି ପାରିଲେନି, ଯାଇକି ବୋହୁକୁ ବାଡି ପକେଇଲେ। ତାଙ୍କର ସବୁବେଳେ ମନରେ ଥିବ କେମିତି ଜୀବକୁ, ଜୀବ ଜଗତକୁ କେମିତି ସେବା କରିବି। ଜୀବ ବୋଲି କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ଜଗତକୁ ସେବା କରିବି। ଯେତେ ଜୀବ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସେବା କରିବି। ସେଇଟା ହେଲା ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି। ଇଜ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ୟୁର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍?
ହଁ, ଏମିତି ଲେଖାଥିଲା କି ଯୋଉମାନେ ଈଶ୍ୱର କୋଟି ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ନିର୍ବିକଳ୍ପକୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତି, ସେମାନେ ରିଟର୍ନ କରନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ଯୋଉମାନେ
ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ କରିକି ଯିବେ, ଠାକୁର କହିନାହାନ୍ତି ତୁମଠାରୁ ମୁଁ ମନୁଷ୍ୟତ୍ୱ, ଦେବତ୍ୱ, ଈଶ୍ୱରତ୍ୱ, ବ୍ରହ୍ମତ୍ୱ ରହିଥାଏ କହିନାହାନ୍ତି। ସିମ୍ପଲ ଜିନିଷ, ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ତ ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛେ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ଅସୁର ଭାବ ଅଛି, ଦେବ ଭାବ ବି ଅଛି, ଦି ପ୍ରକାର ଅଛି, ରାଇଟ୍। ତାପରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦେବତାକୁ ଯାଉଛି ଖାଲି ଭଲ କାମ କରିବା, ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ କରିଦବା, ତାର ଗୋଟେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଇଏ କରିଦବା, ତ ଲିମିଟେଡ୍। ଈଶ୍ୱର ଯୋଉମାନେ ଈଶ୍ୱର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଈଶ୍ୱରତ୍ୱ ଯୋଉ ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି, ଈଶ୍ୱରତ୍ୱ ଯାହାର ଆସିଗଲା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ମଙ୍ଗଳ କରିବ, ପୁରା ଜୀବ ଜଗତର ମଙ୍ଗଳ କରିବ। ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କୋଟି ତ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଭାବ, ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଭାବରେ ଆଉ ମଙ୍ଗଳ ଫଙ୍ଗଳର ତା ଦେହରେ ପଶେନି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଭାଇ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଆମ ଟାଇମ ହେଇଗଲାଣି, ଏଇଠି ରଖିବା। ଆଉ ଦିବ୍ୟାଂ has the ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ସଙ୍ଗୀତ, when you are ready, ଦିବ୍ୟାଂ, ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
Thank you. जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा तुम्हें मो आशा कहा भरसा दया सागर जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा तुम्हें मो माता तुम्हें मो पिता तुम्हें मो बंधु भाई तुम्हारी स्नेह श्रद्धा सत्य पुराना तारा नहीं हे विश्वपति तुम्हें मो साथी जन्म जन्मरा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा अंतर जामी अंतर कथा सबू त जानो अच्छा केबे निजर पारी तुम्हें सकारी अच्छा भुलाई मते माया संसार निशी भास्कर जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा आखिर लुहा झराई जेबे संसार कथा नहीं तंदना घना मुपराची तुहत बोधा देई इंदा पणते उचित दिया लुहा महारा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा पितियली पादरे तुम करुणा टिके है संज सकाले तुम्हारी पाशे मन मोहरा थाऊ मोधन्य हेउ जीवन रंग पयरा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा तुम्हें मो आशा सहावर तुम्हें मो आशा सहा भरसा दया सागर जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एकानी जरा। जय गुरु।
जय गुरु। से आम 3 मिनिट भाई माने माँ माने आमर वाई सेसन रे से आम पठे गोटे आर्टिकल काली रात पढ़ुली आई वेंट लाइक वाओ टिके जदि आपण मान समय अच्छी टिके प्लीज पे अटेंशन टू द डिस्कशन वाई सेसन डिस्कशन इट्स ए वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग माने कहवा कथा जे एटा केवल यंग आस्पिरेंट नुहे आम यथेष भाव प्रযোज्य तो पढ़ा बेटा एक्चुअली आई थॉट I wish when I was growing up, I was taught like this. Seriously. हमारा YA session रे एमिति सुंदर सुंदर डिस्कशन होची. I mean, we should be really proud of our YA coordinators. I am speaking from my heart. एते सुंदर डिस्कशन होची I really know today is one of them. So again, no, please do pay attention if you can. Joy Guru. Tema.
Jai Guru, young aspirants. Thank you, Prajuhai. Hoping everyone gets something out of this. But this is Shreya, and I will be conducting our YA session today. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you all had a wonderful time ringing in 2024 and are looking forward to our first discussion of the year. I will start first by taking attendance, and then Devyam will share the meaning of the song he just sang. While we do that, please go ahead and have today's reading material ready in front of you. I'll ask one of you to read the story for us today. So with that, I will start our attendance. Aditi?
Jai Guru, Aditi Arnav, they are still in India. Jai Guru.
I give Hai Jai Guru. Adyasa?
Ma Jai Guru, ma Adyasa ghare nahi.
I give Ma Jai Guru. Aishi? Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Anhik?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Ansh?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Anshu? Arun? Arush? Aryan?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Ashrita?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jamu?
Jai Guru, she's coming.
Okay. Jai Guru. Divyam?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Timmy? Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Eva? Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Jagrat?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Naitik?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Pratyusha?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Pratyush?
Jai Guru, ma.
Jai Guru. Sanvi? Saraswat?
Jai Guru, ma.
Jai Guru. Sarthak? Bobby?
Jai Guru.
Shilpi? Jai Guru. Shilpi?
Jai Guru, ma.
Jai Guru. Shreyasi?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jimmy?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Simran? Jai Guru. Shrija?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Suhani?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Yutka?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Is there anyone I missed? Okay. That concludes the attendance. With that, Divyam, please go ahead and share the meaning of the song you sang.
Jai Guru. The meaning of the song is, "Oh Thakura, in my life you are mine only. You are my only hope for everything. You are my mother, father, brother, and friend. There is no limit of your love and blessing for me. You are always with me. You can read my mind before I say anything. But I love you that much because I got busy in my daily life. But when bad times come, you assure me that you're always with me and you wipe out all my thoughts. Thakura, it's my request. Allow me to remember you and offer my prayers for the rest of my life always." Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Divyam, thank you for sharing. I really like how you explained that. Of course, the main line is Thakura is ours only. He is our everything. And we often tend to forget that, or we think that there are other things that belong to us that truly don't, and sometimes that causes sorrow. And so what we should do is always remember Thakura and what he has taught us, and hopefully that will give us more bliss than the other things that may be causing us sorrow in the moment. But Divyam, thank you so much for sharing. So for today's session, we will be continuing our discussion of the book, The Four Agreements. Like I mentioned last time, I found it to have some exact parallels to Thakura's teachings, just written in a different language. And so we started trying to understand that language by getting each other's perspectives during my last time with you all. And in that same vein, we'll continue on today by talking about the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. But before we do that, let's help each other remember what we learned so far in our last time. So first, the last passage we'd read last time talked about why humans are trapped. It said we're trapped because of our belief systems. Can someone remind us, what is our belief system? Icy, do you remember what our belief system is? Icy?
Daigu, our belief system is that Thakura is like guiding us to enlightenment and for us to be a good person. Daigu?
Yeah, that should be our belief system. Absolutely. The book goes a little bit, takes one step back from that and says the belief system is like a book of law, and it rules our minds based on what we learned from our surroundings as we grew up. So, of course, when we were little kids, based on what we did, we either got positive or negative feedback, and that in turn trained us to think that certain things are right and certain things are wrong. And so many of us accept that whatever is in our book of law is the absolute truth. Like Saishi mentioned, we're trying to get to a point where that book of law revolves around what Thakura has taught us, but a lot of us aren't quite there. And so that leads me to my next question, which is, if we're not quite there, understanding and practicing what Thakura has taught us, do we think our belief systems at the moment are always right then? Let's hear from Shilpi. Shilpi, do you think our belief systems are always right?
Joy Guru, I think it could be flawed because we don't have enough information to make the right call, but we could learn about it later on and be like, oh, in hindsight, I should have believed this instead of that. Joy Guru.
Joy Guru Shilpi, yes, absolutely. You brought up a great word, hindsight. Many times in the moment, we might think that what we're believing or how we're behaving or acting is right, and then later on we get information that, oh, actually, that wasn't right. And so exactly what you're saying, our belief system isn't necessarily always right. As we get older, certain people and events start to make us question our book of law, and then we start to suspect whether we're believing in truths or lies. And sometimes we do, in fact, realize that some things we're believing in were incorrect. So what should we do so that we're not trapped by our sometimes incorrect belief systems? Ansh, what are your thoughts? What should we do so that we're not trapped?
I think that we should just try and use our common sense and our own moral judgment, because any sort of defined rule won't always work, because situations are always changing and you never know what might happen. Jaguru?
Everyone, she described that really well. There's a complexity to our lives. Sometimes the things that we thought were really easy to decide between and make judgments on aren't necessarily that way. And so you brought up common sense. Absolutely. I think there is a lot of logic and deep thinking that we need to do. We need to ask ourselves why, and just in general, ask more questions to understand why we're believing the things that we do. And if we realize there are things that aren't serving us, ideas that we have that aren't helping us grow, then we should just let them go. But it's easier said than done, obviously, which is why the rest of the book helps to explain only the 4 things that we should do in order to lead more blissful lives. That being said, that was the gist of the first part that we had read, and the chapters we'll now be reading. Each one will be a different agreement. I think it's very timely as we start the new year and reflect on what our intentions are for 2024. So with that, we'll move on to today's passage, and it's titled, Be Impeccable with Your Word. We'll find out what that entails, but I'm curious if anyone has an idea about what the word impeccable means. That is what, do you have any idea what impeccable means?
I think impeccable means like kind of like perfect, sort of, like without like faults or without faults or flaws.
Perfect. Let's keep that in mind. So it starts with is helping us start with is let's consider that impeccable means perfect or without flaws. We'll move on to reading the passage and we'll see whether that's what it means and how we can apply that to our own lives, our spirituality. So with that, Naitik, are you able to read for us today?
Yeah, Jagu.
Please go ahead.
Agreement 1, be impeccable with your word. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin word peccatus, which means sin. The im in impeccable means without, so impeccable means without sin. Your intent for anything in life is created through your word. Your words, both verbal and nonverbal, have the power to destroy and create. In this universe, when people are in certain states of mind or emotions, it is like they're in a spell. People fall under a spell due to the words that have made them believe or accept a new agreement. Spells can be both negative and positive, though negative spells are harder to break. As humans, we often use words to curse, to blame, to find guilt, and to destroy more than we use them to create, to spread hope, to love, and to repair. Mostly we use words to spread our personal poison. Think of gossip. Gossip is a type of personal poison, but is nothing but our attempt to spread our self-loathing. It's particularly bad for everyone involved, but not just the target of gossiping. It's the power to ruin someone's day in a sentence and hurt ourselves horribly at the same time. So when we share our words, it's important to remember that they are nothing but our opinions. One's opinion is nothing but their point of view. It is not necessarily true. Our opinions come from our own beliefs, ego, agreements, spells, and dreams. Therefore, to live a life of bliss, we must strive to be impeccable with our words. If you are impeccable with your words, you rid yourself of committing sins. Your impeccability becomes a shield against sorrows and suffering, the negative words and poisons of others. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Naitik, thank you for reading. Okay, it described a lot, so we'll go slowly and discuss what we think we've learned. So the reading starts with describing what impeccable means. As you'll recall, Saraswat set us up really well and said, okay, maybe it means perfect or without flaws. So now that we've read the reading, Yukta, can you explain what impeccable means?
The way that the reading describes impeccable means without sin, and I think that really lines up with what Saraswat said, with something on the lines of without flaw. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, yes. Just like that first line in the reading describes, it's saying that impeccability means without sin. And we were talking about how our guess was impeccable means without flaws, without mistakes. And so very much so, it's holding the same sentiment. Impeccable means something that, like, you cannot find a flaw in. So in that case, what is considered sin? I'm curious, Anhik, what do you What is considered sin?
Joseph, I'm not quite sure, but sin could possibly maybe an imperfection or possibly hurting someone else in some way. Joseph.
Yeah, I'm getting that it's something negative. Let's hear from others. Suhani, do you have any thoughts? What is considered sin?
Jaguru, I would agree that like a sin would be something that would cause harm towards someone, whether if it's like physically or emotionally. So it's something that harms someone. Jaguru?
Yes. Both of you have a really good way of explaining. I want to hear what others think too, since we all have a different language for understanding. So I'll ask Jimmy, what is considered sin?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
Yeah. What do you think it means to sin? Like, what is considered a sin?
Jaguru is like considered sin is like lying to yourself and like lying to others when you actually didn't do it. And like not doing what you're told to do. Jaguru,
yeah. Okay, so I've asked three of you, and combining all of what you three said, sin is any immoral act that goes against what you divinely value as right and wrong. It typically invites negative repercussions, but anything that is done with poor intent or negative emotions, anything that it goes against what you believe is considered a sin. So in that case, what does it mean to live without sin? The reading tells us to always be impeccable with our word. It's encouraging us to be impeccable. So what does it mean? What does that mean? I'm curious to hear from Pratyusha. What does it mean to live without sin?
Jaguru, I think to live without sin would be to do what we morally think is correct whenever we're trying to do something. Jaguru?
Yes, absolutely. To live a life without sin means to live according to your values and not causing harm or ill or negativity towards others or your surroundings. It doesn't necessarily have to be towards people, but anything that has not so good impact is something that shouldn't be a part of what we do. It means to generally do the right thing with the right intention. I know I'm saying that, and there's so much we could go on for many, many sessions about talking about right and wrong. But for our time today, we'll just focus on the fact that whatever our values are, that's what we want to live by, so that we are not using, we're not creating sin. So in the second paragraph, the reading talks about intent. How do we create our intent? Pratyush, how do we recreate our intent?
Tiger, we create our intent by like our feeling of like wanting something rather than needing it. Like we want it, and like that's basically what intent is. Tiger.
Yes, absolutely. It sounds like what you're describing is it's a thought, it's a feeling that comes within you and manifests into whatever our intent is. So your intent for anything in life is created, but this reading is trying to reveal to us that it's created through words. So if you're thinking something or if you're feeling something, oftentimes in your head, you're understanding that through words. And so those words, both verbal and nonverbal, have the power to destroy and to create. I want to underscore that because that's really, really, really important. Anything that emerges within you and then you translate or express out into the world, whether that's through speaking or through journaling or using other mediums, it's the words that help shape whatever it is that your emotions are that are emerging from you. And it's really important to understand that those words are really powerful. They can, again, both destroy and create. And let's understand that. What are examples in ways that our words destroy? Naitik, what are examples in ways that our words destroy?
Jai Guru, as they are, the reading said a gossip would be kind of like words that destroy, because we're kind of like ruining how like some people see another person. Jai Guru?
Jai Guru, yes, absolutely. A really good example. Saying mean things to someone or even thinking mean or hurtful thoughts in your head can really destroy the respect you have for someone. And if you're gossiping, it destroys the respect that other people have for that person. Similarly, if the words are thoughts that are aimed at yourself, so maybe you're self-criticizing or there's hate that you're expressing towards yourself, those are also words that are destroying your own self-confidence. So on the other hand, what are examples in ways that our words create? Shrija, can you share examples of how you think our words can also create?
When you're sharing good things with your friends and family members, you can share inspirational quotes and say good things to them and compliment them instead of doing the negative things which can hurt them. J.
Yes, Jai Guru, yes, absolutely. Saying positive things to others and ourselves, encouraging people to dream, motivating one another, offering advice and help when needed are all ways our words can create. And what can they create? They can create hope, they can create optimism, they can create ideas, even light. All of those things can really plant seeds that are meaningful. So the other thing that's really interesting is after the reading talked about how our words can create and destroy, it also said because those words are so powerful, they can also put people in a spell. Is that good or bad? Yukta, is the fact that our words can put people in a spell, is that good or bad?
The fact that our words can put people into a spell, so I think that's bad because our words had such an impact on them. It started to limit their ideas of what they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. This can be good or bad based on what we communicate with our words. And I like, Yuka, how you emphasize there is so much impact because every single word has the potential to either hurt someone so deeply that then they're in a negative mindset for a long time, or inspire them so much that they then make exciting decisions or next steps based on whatever you shared through your words help them to do. It's also simple as thinking about if you're walking somewhere and you pass by a stranger and you make eye contact and they say hi or they smile at you, think about how that makes you feel. You potentially didn't expect them to do that, but one simple word that's probably just one syllable can transfer so much joy or cheer or happiness to you because you didn't expect that interaction. Similarly, if that person didn't say hi and you both walked by each other in silence, not that one of you has to say anything, but that experience is neutral. Nothing came out of it. So it's really interesting to see how small words, and it doesn't even have to be sentences, but a word here or there can really change your emotion or your experience in that moment. Which spells are harder to break? We know that our words can put people in good spells or bad spells. The reading says one of those is harder to break. Tracy, which type of spell is harder to break?
Joydew, a negative spell is harder to break than a positive one.
Yeah. And Tracy, why do you think so?
I think that negative spells are harder to break because it is easier to give into an impulse or a sudden thought than it is to think through what you were doing or saying or implying. And that extra moment of thinking through can be the difference between receiving or putting on a positive or negative spell, whether it be to someone else or yourself. Joydew.
Joydew, yes. That was awesome. I loved how you explained that. They're harder to break because human nature makes us really focus on the negative. And often that negative comes from just us being really impulsive, and we just didn't take a moment to think about the words that we are about to use to express something. And also as humans, until we're skilled at fighting to keep ourselves in a happier state, it's really easy for us to slip into negative mindsets for long periods of time. So when we're not impeccable with our words, like blaming others, guilting others, insulting others, or ourselves even, it means we're spreading our personal poison. What does this mean? What does personal poison mean?
I think it's a metaphor for like how people's words or people's opinions or expressions can hurt other people and sort of poison them in that they get a lingering feeling of negativity. Joydew?
Joydew, yes. Key words, lingering feeling of negativity. Our words are so powerful that the reaction that they cause often doesn't just disappear within a couple seconds or a few minutes. It can stay around for a really long time. And so personal poison is really us just projecting our own hatred and doubts and insecurities onto others. The reading cited gossiping. Gossiping often has nothing to do with that person, but rather the feelings inside of us that we want to express, but we use someone else other than ourselves to kind of project that on. And so oftentimes these negative things we're saying to someone has absolutely, we're thinking that, by us saying this, it's helping us, express a certain way that we feel about them, or in some way we think it serves us, but it really has everything to do with the hurt that is stuck inside of us. So in that way, we're spreading to others the same poison that's stuck inside of us, which is really unhealthy. And in the end, we're not using our words to create, we're just using them to destroy. So how do we live a life of bliss then? Saraswat, how do we live a life of bliss?
Jerry, I think we could live a life in bliss if we remember what Thakur tells us to do, and if we if we stay impeccable, like what Thakur told us to do, like with what Thakur said, and with what we say ourselves. Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of our teachings, although I don't think we've come across the word impeccable per se in Thakura's books, but yeah, absolutely. I think his desire for us is that each of our actions is so well thought out that we're not doing something just to be doing it, but we have a right, pure intention for everything that we do. And so we live a life of bliss by striving to be impeccable with our words and never committing sins through how we express ourselves. If you are impeccable with your words, you rid yourself of committing sins because you don't give anyone a reason to suffer. You even don't give yourself a reason to suffer because you're not allowing negative words to destroy. So your impeccability becomes a shield against sorrows and suffering and the negative words and poisons of others. To wrap up, I hope that each of us can practice to be impeccable with our words and make sure we have the very, very best intent with everything that we express, because we just learned how much of an impact every single word we say really can have. Obviously, it takes time to learn how we can use the right words and always remember to do that. But I think each of you and what you helped us all learn today already knows exactly how it can be done. And so I'm excited that you all have this knowledge and you can use it going forward. And again, I just want to remind all of us, we talked about this, and in these discussions, we really simplified these ideas. It can be challenging, but at the same time, if we take one thing and stick to it, we can absolutely accomplish it. So as challenging as it sounds to be impeccable, each of us can definitely do it. So we'll read about the next agreement we should follow in our next time together next month. And with that, we are out of time. I beg for forgiveness for any mistakes I might have made today. Ansh has Bari and Papa Vinimaya Seva. Ansh, please go ahead when you're ready. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. 2024 has just started and I still can't believe it. This year is going to mean a lot for me. I'm going to high school this year. My sister's going to be in college for the majority of the year, and my days of just having fun and taking it easy are soon to be over as the pressure for academic excellence rises. Yet, right now, I have a chance to get prepared for these changes in my life. In 2023, I struggled to find a balance in my life between fun and work. I would consistently procrastinate and do the bare minimum. Rather, I would strive to have fun and viewed work as the greatest evil out there. As I look back on New Year's, I realized everything that happened. I graduated 7th grade and had taken it upon myself to atone for my faults from 6th and 7th, and have been able to. And everyone in my family learned independence and how to handle the real world, while we also learned how much we loved each other and actually needed each other in our absence. So in 2024, I think that we should all take the time that we all do take for granted. I plan to stay in the moment and take things day by day, without worrying about the future and allowing Thakura to take care of the past. I'm going to strive to attend puja every day and use an agenda to plan things out and do things so I don't forget anything. Lastly, I'll work on being empathetic and taking time out to connect with those I love. Overall, I thank Thakura, and I know that with his guidance, 2024 will be a great year. Thank you.
ପ୍ରାଣର ଠାକୁର ପୂଜ୍ୟ ଭାଇ ମା ଆଉ ପିଲାମାନେ, ଆଜି ମୋର ସେବା ପାଳି ଅଛି ଅଂଶ ଭାଇ ଆଉ ବେଦମତୀ ମାଙ୍କ ସହିତ। କ'ଣ କହିବି ବୁଝିପାରିନି। ଆଉ କେତେ ଦିନ ହେଲାଣି ଲାଇକ୍ ମନରେ ଆସୁଥିଲା କି ମାନେ କ'ଣ ଗୋଟେ କହିବି ବୋଲି ଭାବିଥିଲି, ଆଉ ତାପରେ ଏବେ ଏଇଠି ଆଶ୍ରମ ଆସିଲା ପରେ ସବୁ ଭୁଲିଗଲି। ଆଉ ଘରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ବୋଉ ବାପା ବୋଉ କୁହନ୍ତି କି ଲାଇକ୍ ଆମେ ତ ଛୋଟ ଥିଲୁ, ଆଉ କୁହନ୍ତି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପ୍ରଣାମ କଲେ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଆଉ ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ମାଗିବ। ସେତେବେଳେ ଭକ୍ତି କ'ଣ, ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କ'ଣ, ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ଆଉ ଜ୍ଞାନ କିଛି ବି ମାନେ କିଛି ବୁଝି ବି ନଥିଲୁ। ଆଉ କେତେବେଳେ ମନ ହେଲେ ମାଗୁଥିଲୁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେତେବେଳେ ଲାଗୁଥିଲା କି ଠାକୁରକୁ ମାନେ ଯଦି ପଢ଼ା ଚାଲିଥିବ, ମାନେ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଥିଲୁ କି କଲେଜରେ ଥିଲାବେଳେ ଓକେ ମୋର ଏଇଟା ଏମିତି ହେଇଯାଉ ସେମିତି ହେଇଯାଉ ସେଇଗୁଡ଼ା ଆଗେ ମାଗୁଥିଲୁ। ଆଉ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ତ କେତେବେଳେ ମନେ ପଡ଼ିଲେ ମାଗୁଥିଲୁ, ନହେଲେ ନାହିଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏବେ ଲାଇକ୍ ବଡ଼ ହେଲା ପରେ ମାନେ ସ୍ପେଶାଲି ଏଇଠି ଆସିଲା ପରେ ଆଉ ଏଇଠି ସଂଘ ସହିତ ଜଡ଼ିତ ହେଲା ପରେ ସବୁ ଭାଇ ମା ମାନଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ମିଶି ଆଉ ଠାକୁର ପୂଜା କରି ସେତେବେଳେ ମାନେ ଲାଗିଲା କି ଏବେ ବୋଧେ ଆମର ସେନ୍ସ ଆସିଲା କି ମାନେ ଆମେ ଏତେ ଦିନ ଯାଏ କ'ଣ କରୁଥିଲୁ। ଆଉ ଏବେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଲାଇକ୍ ସେଇଟା ମନରେ ଆସିଛି। ଆଉ ବହୁତ ବେଳେ ଏବେ କେତେ ଦିନ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ସବୁବେଳେ ଲାଇକ୍ ମାନେ ମୋର ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଭୁଲି ଯାଇଥିଲେ ବି କୋଉ ଟାଇମରେ ହେଲେ ବି ମାନେ ନିଜେ କେମିତି କ'ଣ ଗୋଟେ ହେଇକି ତାଙ୍କ କଥାଟା ମନେ ପଡ଼ିଯାଉଛି। ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ଲାଗୁଛି କି ମେ ବି ତାଙ୍କ କୃପା। ଆଉ ଆଗରୁ ତ ସବୁବେଳେ ହଉଥିଲେ ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭୁଲି ଯାଉଥିଲେ, ଯେତେବେଳେ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ କୁହାହେଇଛି ଯେ ସବୁବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ନାମ ନଉଥିବ ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ ରୂପ ଧ୍ୟାନ କରୁଥିବ। ବହୁତ ବେଳେ ନାମ ନଉଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ରୂପ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ ମନକୁ ଆସୁଛି, ଆଉ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ ଆଉ ସବୁ କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା ମନକୁ ଆସୁଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ନାମଟା ମନରେ ମାନେ ଚାଲିଛି। ସେମିତି ବି ହେଇଯାଉଛି। ଆଉ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯୋଉ ସେ ଯୋଉ କହିଛନ୍ତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଆଉ ଭକ୍ତି ଦିଅ, ବହୁତ ବେଳେ ମାନେ ମନରେ ମନ କଣ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଆଉ ମନ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଗୋଟେ କଥା, ତାଙ୍କୁ ମାଗୁଛେ ଗୋଟେ କଥା, ସେଇଟା ସେତିକି ବେଳେ ମନେ ନ ପଡ଼ିଲେ ପରେ ରିଅଲାଇଜ କି ଆରେ ମୁଁ କଣ ମାଗିଦେଲି। ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମେ ଜାଣିନେ କୋଉଥିରେ ଆମର ଭଲ କି ମନ୍ଦ ହବ। ଆଉ ସବୁବେଳେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯୋଉ କୁହାଉଛି ତମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ତାହେଲେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସେବା କରୁଥିବ ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ମନଟା ଥିବ, ଆଉ ପ୍ରି ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାରେ କରିବ, ସକାଳେ ପୂଜା କରିବ, ଆଉ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାରେ ପୂଜା କରିବ, ଆଉ ଯୋଉ ଡେ ଟାଇମରେ ଯୋଉ ଜପ କରିବ, ସେଗୁଡା ସବୁ କାହିଁ କୁହା ହେଇଛି ସେଟା ବି ତ ଆମେ ଆଗରୁ ବୁଝିପାରୁନଥିଲେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଗୁଡା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଏବେ କରିଥିବା ତାହେଲେ ମଲା ପରେ ତ ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକ ହାତ ପଳେଇବ ସେଇଟା କରିବାକୁ, କି ପାଟି ଚାହିଁବ ତାଙ୍କ କଥା କହିବାକୁ। ଏଗୁଡା ସବୁ ଏବେ କରିଥିଲେ ହିଁ, ଅଭ୍ୟାସରେ ଥିଲେ ହିଁ ମଲା ପରେ ସେଗୁଡା ସବୁ ମନେ ପଡିବ କି ନ ପଡିବ ଜଣା ନାହିଁ, ସେଇଟା ବି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର କୃପା। ଆଉ କିନ୍ତୁ ଏତିକି ଖାଲି କହିବି କିନ୍ତୁ କି ତାଙ୍କର ସେବା କରିବାକୁ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ଆଉ ଆମେ ତ ସେତିକି ବି ଯୋଗ୍ୟ ନୁହେଁ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କ ସେବା କରିପାରିବୁ, ସେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମ ଦ୍ୱାରା କରେଇ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ। ଆଉ ପିଲାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ଭାବଧାରାରେ ଗଢ଼ି ଉଠନ୍ତୁ, ତାଙ୍କ ଭାବଧାରା ପ୍ରଚାର କରନ୍ତୁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ପରମାରାଧ୍ୟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜ, ଭାଇ, ମା ଓ ପିଲାମାନେ, ଆଜି ମୋର ପାଳି ସେବା 2024ର ପ୍ରଥମ ସଂଘାଧିବେଶନ। ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଅଭୟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଚରଣରେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ସୁଖ କଲ୍ୟାଣ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଜଣାଉଛି। ଆଜି ସଂସାର ପଥରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଶରଣାଗତି ଭାବ ନେଇ ତାଙ୍କ କଥା, ତାଙ୍କ ବାଣୀକୁ ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ଓ ବିଶ୍ୱାସର ସହିତ ଶୁଣିବା, ବୁଝିବା, ମାନିବା। ଉପଦେଶରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମନ ଆଉ ପ୍ରାଣର ଐକାନ୍ତିକ ଆବେଗମୟ ଏକମୁଖୀ ଜଣାଣ ତାଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ ଅର୍ପଣ କରିବା। ଶରଣାଗତ ହେଲେ ହିଁ ଆମ ମନ ଚିତ୍ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭାବେ, ତାଙ୍କ କଥା ଭାବେ, ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭାବି ତାଙ୍କ କଥା ଭାବି ଏ ଚଞ୍ଚଳ ଚିତ୍ତ ମନ ସରଳ ଆଉ ସ୍ଥିର ହୁଅନ୍ତି। ସଂସାର ପଥରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମନ ସ୍ଥିର କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଜଙ୍ଗଲ ଯିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ। ସଂସାର ଭିତରେ ଥାଇ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭାବି ହୁଏ, ସ୍ଥିର ମନରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚିନ୍ତି ହୁଏ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ କଥା ବୁଝିବାକୁ ମନ ଯୋଗ୍ୟ ହୁଏ, ଆଉ ସେତେବେଳେ ସେହି ସ୍ଥିର ଯୋଗ୍ୟ ମନଟି ହିଁ ନାରାୟଣ ଆଉ ନାରାୟଣୀ ସେନା ଭିତରୁ କାହାକୁ ବାଛିବାକୁ ହେବ ସେ ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱରୁ ମୁକ୍ତ ହୋଇପାରେ। ସକଳ ସାଂସାରିକ ମୋହକୁ ଆଡ଼େଇ ଅର୍ଜୁନଙ୍କ ପରି ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ ହିଁ ଚାହେଁ, ଏହି ସ୍ୱଚ୍ଛ ସ୍ପଷ୍ଟ ସଚ୍ଚୋଟ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିପାରେ। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସହଜ କଥା ନୁହେଁ। ପିଲାଟି ଦିନରୁ ଗୃହାସନ, ସଂଘାସନ, ସଂଘାଧିବେଶନ ଅତି ପରିଚିତ ଶବ୍ଦ ମୋ ପାଇଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏହାର ଯଥାର୍ଥ ମର୍ମାର୍ଥ ଉପଲବ୍ଧି କରି କିପରି ନିୟମିତ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ସମୟରେ ଯୋଗ ଦେଇପାରିବି, ତାହା ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ମୋ ପାଇଁ ସଂଗ୍ରାମ ସଂଘର୍ଷର ବିଷୟ। ମନକୁ ବୁଝାଇ ଦିଏ, ଥରକୁ ଥର ପଡ଼ି ତଳେ ଚାଲଇ ଶିଶୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସର ବଳେ, ଦିନେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ମୁଁ ଚାଲିପାରିବି। କିନ୍ତୁ କେବେ ହେବ ଏ ଅଭ୍ୟାସର ସାଧନା କେତେ ଲମ୍ବା ଏହାକୁ ତ୍ୱରାନ୍ୱିତ କରୁଛି ଆମର ଏହି ନୀତି ଦିନଲିପି ଲେଖା। ନୀତି ଦିନଲିପି ଲେଖିବାଟି ହିଁ ଏକ ମସ୍ତ ବଡ ସାଧନା। ଆଉ ବ୍ରଜ ଭାଇଙ୍କର ବାର ବାର ଚେତେଇ ଦେବା, ମନେ ପକେଇ ଦେବା, ସତେ ଯେମିତି ବିରାଟ ପ୍ରସ୍ତର ଖଣ୍ଡରେ ବାର ବାର ଜଳର ଆଘାତ। ଏହା ତାଙ୍କରି କୃପା, ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଆସିପାରିଛୁ। ଏହି କୃପା ହିଁ ସେ ଆମକୁ ସଦା ଦେଉଥାନ୍ତୁ। ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଆମେ ସଦା ଆସିପାରୁଥାଉ। ଆଉ ପ୍ରକୃତିର ଏ ପ୍ରବଳ ଶକ୍ତ ବଳୟକୁ ଭେଦ କରି ଆମର ସବୁ ସଂସ୍କାର, ସବୁ ମନ, ବୁଦ୍ଧି, ଚିନ୍ତା, ଚେତନା ତାଙ୍କରି ଅଭିମୁଖୀ ହେଉଥାଉ। ଏ ଅଭ୍ୟାସର ସାଧନା ପଥରେ ତାଙ୍କରି କୃପା ଆଶୀଷର ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଜଣାଇ ଆଜି ମୋର ଏହି ଭାବ ବିନିମୟ ସେବାକୁ ସମର୍ପଣ କରୁଛି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟାହ୍ନ ଓ ଇଭିନିଂ ସେବା ପୂଜା ପାଇଁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରିବେ।
ଭାଇ ଆଜି ଏକାଦଶୀ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ୟେସ୍ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ୟେସ୍।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ତ ଇଭିନିଂ ପୂଜା ନାହିଁ। ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଏବେ ସଂଧ୍ୟାଧିବେଶନ ଶେଷ ହେବା ପରେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟାହ୍ନ ଭୋଗ ପାଇଁ ଏବଂ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରସାଦ ସେବନ ପାଇଁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ଜଣାଉଛି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ତମର ପାଳିଆ ତ ଏତେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ତାହେଲେ ପାଳିଆ ମାନଙ୍କୁ କିଛି କରନ୍ତୁ ଆନୁଆଲ ଡେ ପାଇଁ। ଅନୁ ଭାଇ କିମ୍ବା ଶ୍ଵେତାମା ଆଲଫାବେଟିକାଲି ଗଲେ ଅନୁ ଭାଇ ପ୍ରଥମେ, ଆଲଫାବେଟିକାଲି ଶେଷରେ ଶ୍ଵେତାମା। either from the beginning or from the end.
ହଉ ଭାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଠାକୁର ମା ଭାଇ ମାନେ, ଆମର ଆସନ୍ତା ରବିବାରକୁ ବାର୍ଷିକୋତ୍ସବ ପାଳି ଅଛି। ମୁଁ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜ, ମା, ଭାଇ, ୟଙ୍ଗ ଏକ୍ସପର୍ଟ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ଜଣାଉଛି। ପୂଜାରେ ଯୋଗ ଦେଇ ପୂଜାଟିକୁ ସାଫଲ୍ୟମଣ୍ଡିତ କରିବେ ଆଉ ଆମକୁ ସେବାର ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବେ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ମୁଁ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଭାଇ ମା ମାନଙ୍କୁ ନେକ୍ସଟ ସଂଘ ପୂଜା ଜାନୁଆରୀ 21 ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରୁଛି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଭାଇ ମୁଁ ବି ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରିବି ନା? ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଆରାଧ୍ୟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜ, ସଦୟ ଭାଇ ମା ପିଲାମାନେ, ଆସନ୍ତା ସଂଘ ପୂଜା ବର୍ଷର ପ୍ରଥମ ସଂଘ ପୂଜା 2024 ବର୍ଷ ଆମର ବାର୍ଷିକୋତ୍ସବ ପରେ ଜାନୁଆରୀ 21 ତାରିଖରେ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠିତ ହବ। ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସମସ୍ତ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସମସ୍ତ ଭାଇ ମା ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ଜଣାଉଛି। ପୂଜାରେ ଯୋଗ ଦେଇ ପୂଜାକୁ ସାଫଲ୍ୟମଣ୍ଡିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆମକୁ ସେବାର ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବେ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଆଜି ଅଂଶ ଭାଇ ଆଉ ବେଦମତୀ ମା ଆଉ ମୋର ପାଳି ଥିଲା। ଆଜି ସଂଘ ପୂଜାରେ ଆମର ଜାଣତରେ ତ ମୋର ଟିକେ ଭୁଲ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। କାଲି ପ୍ରିଣ୍ଟ ନେଇକି ଆସିନଥିଲୁ, ଆଉ ସବୁ ଭାଇ ଗୋଟେ ପେପରରେ ଲେଖିଦେଲେ, ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ମୁଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣେଇଲି ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମଟା, ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ଭୁଲ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। ଆଉ ଆଜି କାଲିର ରାତି ସେବାରେ ଆଉ ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସକାଳୁ ଏବେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଜାଣତରେ ଅଜାଣତରେ ବହୁତ ତ୍ରୁଟି ହେଇଯାଇଥିବ, ଆଉ ମୋ ସହିତ ଥିବା ଅନ୍ୟ ସେବକ ସେବିକାମାନଙ୍କ ତରଫରୁ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଆଉ ଭକ୍ତ ଭାଇ ମା ମାନଙ୍କ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ତ୍ରୁଟି ପାଇଁ କ୍ଷମା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରୁଛି, ଯେମିତି ଆଉ ଆଗକୁ ନ ହବ ସେଥିପ୍ରତି ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ଦେବ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଦୟାମୟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଜୟ
দেব নিরন্তর তব নাম করিবি মরণ ইহা ছড়া নরহিব ইতর কামনা ইহা ছড়া নরহিব ইতর কামনা এহি মাত্র ভিক্ষা ইতিকি প্রার্থনা দেব এহি মাত্র ভিক্ষা ইতিকি প্রার্থনা তুমি প্রভু মোহি দাস এহি অহংকার তুমি প্রভু মোহি দাস এহি অহংকার একমাত্র জীব প্রবল সংস্কার নাথ একমাত্র জীব প্রবল সংস্কার এথি লাগি যেবে কালে নমিলে মুকতি এথি লাগি যেবে কালে নমিলে মুকতি তথাপি রাখিবি মনে অনন্ত ত্রিপতি নাথ তথাপি রাখিবি মনে অনন্ত ত্রিপতি তুমারি দৃষ্টি ভিতরে তুমারি জগতে তুমারি দৃষ্টি ভিতরে তুমারি জগতে পড়িথিবি চাহি তাহি তুমারি ইঙ্গিতে প্রভু পড়িথিবি যাহি তাহি তুমারি ইঙ্গিতে রচনার অভিনব রূপ ধ্বংস পরে রচনার অভিনব রূপ দেখি দেখি আসি জীব অচল স্বরূপ প্রভু দেখি দেখি আসি জীব অচল স্বরূপ মিলাই ন পারে যেবে তব যন্ত্রে স্বর মিলাই ন পারে যেবে তব যন্ত্রে স্বর তব নামে গাই দিবি ভঙ্গাবিরা মোর প্রভু তব নামে গাই দিবি ভঙ্গাবিরা মোর তুরুবান সুরু কেহি শিব অহংকার তুরুবান সুরু কেহি শিব অহংকার তুমি প্রভু মোহি দাস এতিকি সংস্কার প্রভু তুমি প্রভু মোহি দাস এতিকি সংস্কার প্রেমময় শ্রীচরণে করে নিবেদন প্রেমময় শ্রীচরণে করে নিবেদন প্রেমময় শ্রীচরণে করে নিবেদন তুম জয় গাউথিবি সারা জীবন প্রভু তুম জয় গাউথিবি সারা জীবন প্রভু তুম জয় গাউথিবি সারা জীবন জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় 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 জয়
জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু 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 জয় গুরু
Jai Guru Jai
জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়
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 জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়
জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয়